Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Robin Dawes, or as lots of you know me, Stamp with Dr. Robin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Diego, California, and I'm here today to keep you up to date on what's going on at Stampin' Up!, but even more to make a really fun card with brand new product. Part of the reason I love being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator is I get to see all this new product free. This is available starting August 3rd for customers, but for demonstrators, we got to start ordering this month. And so I could order some new stuff from the what they call the July through December mini catalog, but in actuality, it's going to be an August catalog. In case you didn't know, I don't think I mentioned this before. They actually delayed the release to everybody about a month because they wanted to make sure that they could have everything. So I think that was probably a wise decision. And if half the stuff was unorderable because it didn't come in yet, it really makes sense to delay it. So here we are with our now August to December mini catalog, or as it used to be called, the holiday catalog. And so we got to order some stuff, and of course then there's, oh, I forgot to order that, and guess what, I can order some more. And you could too if you want to become a demonstrator. Just let me know, shoot me an email or at stampwithdrrobin@gmail.com, or make a comment and tell me how to get in touch with you. There's also, if you want to wait till August 3rd, one thing that's coming up with this new catalog is, for the first time, I think, ever, at least in the 5 years I've been doing this. No, I'm on a Facebook Live, thank you. I don't know, I do this every Monday at 1. I think people would catch on in this house. Guess not. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh, also starting August 3rd, for the first time ever, they're doing a second celebration. So for our August and September, you've got more celebration. And what that is any catalog, current catalog you order out of, so you can order out of the annual catalog, you will get free product. Order $50 worth of stuff. I'll show you some product that I got free. And I think there's just one, I think, $100 product, and they are great things, and they're promising all but a couple of them are going to be available the whole 2 months. So I'll tell you what, I have 2 of the 3 that they said they can't totally guarantee, so those must come from out of the country. But I'll show you some of those celebration products, and you're going to love the celebration stuff too. What's going on now is still continuing for the rest of the month, the Designer Series paper sale. It's 9 of, I think it's all of the ones that aren't specialty papers. So any 1150 paper in the annual catalog is on sale for 15% off. So that's under $10. I think it's $9.78 or something like that. So that's Beauty of the Earth, Bloom Where You're Planted, Hand Penned, In Good Taste, In the Wild, the Pansy Petals, Sweet Symmetry, Tidings of Christmas, and You're a Peach. And I used the You're a Peach last week, if you were on. But the card that I made last week is also a great card to use basically for any DSP. And I was going to do more of that this week, but guess what? I got too excited about my new orders, so you guys get to see some of my new stuff and some of the cards I made. So let's turn you down and get started here. All right. Hopefully you can see that. My phone wasn't cooperating with letting me get everything all set up ahead of time. But this is the new celebration brochure, and if you need one sent to you, let me know. Let's move you over a little bit. I think that's right. Anyway, if you look really closely down here, see this little dahlia thing? That's one of the free ones, and I'll show you some of these ones here. There's several papers. And here is the new mini catalog, which will also give you some idea of some of the new things going on. So see this new ribbon, I've got that. and some of this gorgeous paper. So let's get started on showing you some. So this is Whimsical Trees and the Christmas tree dies and the paper, which I'll get to in a second. But these trees are just so cute and the sentiments are nice, and we've got all these different trees. Like this little one cuts out, so I haven't actually made a card. I've been cutting out some of these so you can use your it's not tinsel, what do you call it? Garland. This makes some stars. This makes some little ornaments. Let's see, I don't even know if I can show you one. They're so small. Can you see that? That's one of the little ornaments that can go on the tree or trees. Here's one of the trees I cut out. So I haven't made a card yet with this, but my upline Peggy Noe and I are going to be doing a half-day retreat here in San Diego on August, oh dang, I believe it's August 22nd, whichever is the Saturday of that weekend. So if you're, we've got people coming down from LA, and they'll be at my house in the backyard. So maybe you can make it. And this is the paper. It's got a bunch, everyone has like this silver foil. It's got these gorgeous stripes. Look at that one. Some small prints. This is a favorite. I just don't know that I'm going to be able to cut this one up. It's so pretty. Another pretty background one. This one, I think I'm just going to cut this whole thing up. And there isn't a die that cuts these presents, so one night when I'm watching TV, I think I'm going to be just sitting there cutting presents. Let me see if I can get the light on here just a little bit better. And then another just pretty background one, the silver and white foil, another pretty background one. I love this one too. Isn't that cute with the little deer faces in there? Might cut up some of those. And then this is another just pretty trees. Can you see the trees and the stars? Just love, love the paper. All right, here's another one. I decided before I could totally get into holidays, that I would go with one of the new autumn bundles. So I really just like, what does this one say? If friends were pumpkins, I'd pick you. That's a little interesting, but so thankful for you and gather together. And this is my favorite thing about it, this cool little die. So let me show you just a couple of cards that I made with it. So this one is this stamped, and then I use a blender pen to move stuff around. That's that die I was telling you about, and I stamped stuff back in here. And this is one that I made. I used the alcohol technique on the vellum. I just hand fussy cut this out. This is a new ribbon. Let me find it. This gold with gold trim ribbon, and I just pulled on one of the strands here and cut it to unravel. And you see these are these new brushed metallic adhesive back dots, gold, copper, and I don't know what this is, brass maybe? I don't know. I used the gold ones on here and the brass ones on here. Just thought it was just so pretty. So, hi Claudia, hi Elizabeth. Tell me if you see something you know you're just going to have. So far there's not a have to have it all button. All right, so this is one of the first ones in the new catalog when you see it. And it's all about the gingerbread. So we've got these dies, and each of these dies will cut out either the whole stamped one, or they look, these detailed dies, and I'll show you a couple cards made with each one. Oh, you know what? I didn't stamp these out. So it's gingerbread and peppermint. So you've got these stamps too, with this cute little peppermints on them. Just really, really cute. And then there's this red ruffled ribbon that goes with it. There's craft paper. We haven't had craft paper for a while. It's usually, it's thicker than our regular cardstock, so it's good for making boxes and such. There's also a treat box, a small, it's actually kind of small. We tested it. I don't have it. My upline does, and it's small enough that you can't even put a credit card or a gift card in there. Now look at this gingerbread and peppermint paper. It's 6x6, and as you can see, whoops, maybe you can't, these dies also will cut out, wait, where's the snowflake? Will cut out some of the things on the paper. So some is like that. I guess we don't have a mitten one. And some is background paper. Just really cute background paper. Look at this one, looks like frosting. Got these cute little gingerbread trees. Matches with the cinnamon cider as well as the craft paper. These ones are smaller than these, so obviously they don't cut out. They're more like a background. You know, here's that page that I showed you before that you can cut out. So cute. Oops, I'm already smushing my paper. Cute, huh? And now I'll show you a couple cards that I made. Hi Donna, hi Cindy. So this card is like a mini slimline card. You start with a 6x6 piece of paper and then fold it in half, so it's 6x3 when you're done. And it goes in these cute little envelopes that we found online because we don't have envelopes this size. Anyway, so this one I made by using the little detailed dies in white, and then I cut another die, the outline die, just out of the cinnamon cider and put them together. Aren't they cute? That's the background paper. Just a few little of the red rhinestones. So here's the stamp with the little peppermints. And this is one, so this one was using all the cutouts. This one is I cut out one of the snowflakes from the paper, and these are stamped. So these are the stamps that I stamped in gingerbread and then cut out. This is from one of the papers, and these are one of the papers also. Cute, huh? Really cute. Kind of a happy thing. Makes me think about when my kids were little. I had a patient who used to give them every year a gingerbread house for us to make, and they loved it. They actually, what they hated is when she kind of decided that they were getting a little too old for that, and she stopped. So I don't think they were ready for her to stop. All right, so this is the Peaceful Deer set, and the deers come with a punch that will also punch out some of this paper. And it's got these cute little snowflakes, these great little trees. We can have deers going both way, which is nice. And then this deer ends up a solid color, and it says, "Oh, what fun." So what I did first is I actually stamped a couple of these deers in different colors to see kind of what I liked. So these are deers in Sahara sand, because this paper has some Sahara sand in it, soft suede. I think I actually like that one the best. This is the deer in crumb cake, and this is the deer in early espresso. And I left it a little smushy because I wanted you to see this. You know, these are colors, especially like Sahara sand, that I don't use much, so my stamp pads are still really, really juicy. And you can see you can't even read the words on this one. So if I was going to do a Sahara sand deer in this, I would push away or push down some of the ink And I'll show you how to do that in a bit because I need that for the card I'm making. So I just do that with a spoon. People have done it with old credit cards or an old bone folder. So you can see I must be using this soft suede more, pushed it out better, how you can read that better. So that's your hint of the day for that. Now this is your first thing of seeing one of these free things that you can get with Celebration. So they've done a really good job in Celebration of actually coordinating some of the stuff with what's in the mini catalog. So this obviously coordinates with the deers, but you can see it's got a lot of great things that will coordinate with other sets, with anything pretty much, any holiday card you want to make. Aren't these little trees, these little rows of trees cute? A lot of good background things in here. And again, this is free with a $50 order. I'll turn the wrong way for you guys. So these are the just little deer. This is this, like I said, Sahara sand in here. And since I used it on this card, I'm going to show you. I want to show you these snowflakes that we have. So the snowflakes, hopefully you can see this, they're really shiny and smooth on one side, and the other side is just regular paper. And in fact, we can even try that right now because I haven't done it yet. You can color these so you can have any color snowflake you want. So let's try a real red snowflake. So I'm trying to keep it in the same position because I want to show you something too that's really kind of cool. Which you can do this on a card. Finish this later. But like I said, if you lay this on top of just white cardstock and do this, you've got a card, you know, a card to use for something else while you're just coloring your snowflake. So you thought you were just coloring a snowflake, but in reality you could be making another card. And obviously you can make an ombre snowflake or a multicolored snowflake. It's going to need a little more work, but we'll put that aside for now. I hadn't colored one yet, so I thought, well, you guys are here, we might as well try. And then you want to get this off so that next time you go to use it with whatever color you're going to use it with. You thought you were doing pink, and it's all going to be real red now, so. Okay. So those are the snowflakes. So I want to show you a couple cards that I made. So this card, I used that paper that I just showed you, and the tree that I showed you from the Whispering Tree, whatever it's called. And you gotta look, see the sparkly? Those are the little ornaments I was showing you. This is another little sneak peek at a Celebration item. And this is one of the ones that they're saying they won't guarantee it's going to be there the whole time. So if you like bling like I like bling, and it's very blingy, it's almost like disco ball blingy, you get this stuff early. And somewhere, let me see if I can find it. I also cut out a snowflake in this. from my gingerbread dies. It's kind of one of the things I do when I get new dies is, ooh, what does this do? So see, this is a snowflake die from the gingerbread, and I cut it out of this blingy paper. So that'll be quite a blingy card. Don't know when that's going to happen, but again, this is $50. You get 8 of these 6x6 pieces for free. And this little guy is cut from the pearlized paper and then run through the Tasteful Textile embossing folder. But isn't that nice? Could be a masculine birthday card, you know, even. And then here's one using all that red paper and one of the snowflakes. That's why I wanted to show it to you. So this is one of your free papers, and this is one of your free papers. So what else do I have? I can show you a few more ribbon. Oh, I forgot to show you this ribbon. Goes with those trees. This ribbon, which I really love, this black and white. It's about 1/4 inch, I think, yeah. Black and white check. It goes with a new Halloween set that I don't really have, but I did like the ribbon. And this one says it's real red, but to me it looks more like it's going to go with Merry Merlot or Cherry Cobbler. But there's just some of our new ribbon. And then two more things that are in the Celebration catalog. Each one of these is free with a $50 purchase. We've got Counting Sheep. Continuing on our, we have to have at least one new animal apparently per celebration now. And then the sheep dies again. These are only $50 too to cut them out. And it's got a cute little sun and a cute little balloon and gates, fences. So this this die set, they're saying, is another one they will not guarantee it's going to be here the entire time. Now, this is what we're going to be working on today to make a card. And I just thought these penguins were adorable, called Penguin Place. And it's a punch, which is even makes it easier. But the thing that totally sold it for me is then they went and put paper in Celebration with the penguins. And I went, okay, I'm definitely getting the penguins now. So this is the paper that comes, again, $50 worth of product you get for free. So some are like this with just penguins and a whole lot of other people. Some are background papers. This one you could cut out this penguin with the, or punch out with the punch. Another cool background. Another Penguin and Friends. Another cool background. I really like that one. I think I could see a bunch of masculine cards. I was thinking you could cut these out, but no, because his feet are spread. Plus he's got a hat on, you'd cut off his head. But the back of that one has my, I think, favorite one in here. More Penguin and Friends, this time sledding. More cool background. More Penguin and Friends. I think actually I'm going to use the backgrounds more on this than anything else because they're just so cute. Okay, so you want to see the card finally that we're going to make with our little penguins. Turn this over, that red is too distracting. So this is our adorable little penguin card. And I don't know if you can see, it is very, very sparkly. So I used the black glimmer paper that has come back into the holiday catalog. We had it last year for the Halloween, and it's back. You can see there's 2 of those papers I just showed you. And I don't know if you can see, I put Wink of Stella on a lot of stuff too, and since we always forget about it, the shimmery crystal effects to make the snow look a little more exciting. So, we ready to make a card? Yes, finally, they say. Let's make a card. So first thing I'm going to do is stamp a lot of stuff. So, whoops, stamp and cut out, stamp and cut out, stamp and cut out. So I did kind of do a little sneaky stamping and cutting of some of the things just so that we could get a little head start. So I'm trying to organize here. All right, so, you know, one thing I did cheat here. I guess I could redo them, but I used our Calypso Coral because that was one of the colors in that they used in the paper, and I just stamped a whole bunch of feet. And the reason I did that is because you could cut them out here, and then I thought they would look cuter three-dimensional, and that way I'd have them for when I needed them in the future. So sometimes I'll do that with things that I know, you know, I'm going to want these color feet again, right? So isn't it easier to just stamp, 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 stamp while you have it out and going? And I just use a piece of scratch paper. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 2 more. 5. 6. So I can be ready for next time. I've got those, and I'll just stick them back in my stamping case, and we're ready to go for next time. So let's punch out. If you look at the punch, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because you do see the outline of the penguin, and this is actually the white part in the middle of the penguin, and some people have a hard time seeing that. But this is the glimmer paper. Hey Kathy, you got me. Hi, wow, Peggy's watching me. Hi Sandy. All right, so this is for our little penguin body. See that? And if I was going to do a whole bunch, I would just cut a strip like this and make a whole bunch. Now, I haven't quite decided. I guess that one didn't totally come out. What I'm going to do with a whole bunch of black penguin feet. But I already have several of these cut out, so I just wanted to show you how that works. And same thing with cutting out the little white part in the middle. So I only need that little part for my white part in the middle. Okay, and the rest is we can just get rid of. Okay, so we got our penguin body, and I actually have several of these already sitting here waiting for me that we need to put together. Now let's stamp some presents. Oops. Sorry, things are not sticking where they're supposed to over here. Stay. Well, we might as well do this since I have them out. These are our little penguin bodies, right? And they need little penguin eyes and little penguin noses. So after stamping this a whole bunch, I will tell you this is what the penguin eyes look like. And I would certainly stamp them first. I like when they put the two together like this. Okay, and then where's my little penguin nose? Uh-oh. My penguin nose was on the back of here. Dang, these little pieces. My little penguins may not have noses today. Well, this could be a problem. They may end up with Let me make sure I didn't put it away. There are two noses in here. There's a nose like this, that's the one I'm looking for, that was on the back of this, and is nowhere to be seen when I need it, but I'm sure is here somewhere. And then there's this penguin nose. It's supposed to be the sideways penguin nose, and we're gonna probably have to do the sideways penguin nose today, even though that's gonna look a little funny. So I just had this morning and already I've lost it, huh? Let me just run in the bathroom where I wash things off and see. No penguin nose there. Okay, well, we'll do a sideways penguin nose. Please don't tell these penguins that their noses are on sideways. They will be very sad to learn that. Let's stamp them and see which way we're going to want them. See, that's how they're supposed to go when they're sideways, but I think what we're just going to do is put them like this. Now I tried, oops, that's going to have to work. Penguin noses, where are you? You're making me sad. Okay, now we're going to stamp some presents and some little scarves, and those are going to be in the colors. Oops. We're going to go from light to dark. Now this is what I wanted to show you about, especially the presents here. If you stamp it full force, well, that one wasn't too bad, but some of the times when I was doing that, you couldn't see the little lines on the present. So if you see over here, I actually moved some of the ink away just with my spoon. So if you go like this, and you can see how it's a little bit lighter right there. And I think I have a little bit of blue on here too. There we go, that even more so. You can do it with a paper towel or stuff or something. And you can see how it gets a little bit lighter, and that was kind of the look I was going for. And so we'll get a little present and a scarf for their neck. And then we'll move on to another color. I'm just going to stamp it off here. I think it'll work fine because I'm going from lightest to darkest. And we'll see if this one is light enough, or do I want to move some? Let's move some more of the ink away. Again, can you see that? How it's just a little bit lighter there in that corner, and that's what I want because I want to be able to see how that looks a little bit better. And same, you know, with the scarf. And now, last but not least, let's get a little misty moonlight in here. And we'll see same thing. Now look how dark that is. The other thing you can do, that works really well to stamp it off. So stamp it, because again I was going for the lighter colors. So you want to stamp it off the side like this, and then stamp it on here. Because I was going, like I said, the colors in this paper seem to be a little lighter. And now, through the magic of getting ready ahead of time, I've cut these all out because there's no dies. You get to fussy cut them. And actually, because they're all straight edges, they were pretty easy to fussy cut. Now, the other thing I want to stamp, and then we're ready to put things together, is this little couple of lines here. So this, notice it's a pretty big stamp here. And so I needed to mount it diagonal on here, but that's not how we're going to be using it. We're going to be using it like that, okay? And because, again, I'm trying to make these just a little bit softer colors, this is what I do when it's a big stamp, is turn it upside down and do it. I'm going to stamp it off on the paper because that would be way too dark to me. And then we're going to stamp it on here. And then we're also going to get just another little bit of it on here. And I didn't even re-ink. Oh, got a little boo-boo, but guess what? That's okay because we're cutting it off. So I decided it'd be way easier to make a snowdrift when I could just use this cool little line to help me figure out how to do that. And then I thought it would be pretty cool to use this shimmery crystal effect. And it's not all that shimmery, but what it is it gives you a little bit of depth. At least mine's not all that shimmery. And you want to, when you're doing it, just squeeze a little and keep moving so it doesn't blob. Okay, and I should have done this before, but let's also stamp our happy birthday on here. That looks a little blobby. And it is. Probably because I was using it earlier, but now, obviously I could have used any sentiment on here, but since I wasn't quite ready to be holidayed out. Now, can you see that shimmery crystal effects? How it's kind of thick and shiny? This is really wet, so it needs to dry. So, magic of working ahead, boom, it's dry, okay? So this is obviously what I made ahead of time because I knew that you were not going to want to sit here and watch crystal effects dry. All right, I think we're ready to put this together. So we have a Misty Moonlight card base, which is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Let's fold that in half. And we have several other pieces of paper. We've got this other background piece, and again, this is free paper with our little penguins and friends on the other side. So free celebration paper. And this one is 4 by 5 1/4. Like I said, this is my favorite one on here. And then we're gonna attach, and I believe, let's measure this one. Oh no, I got the wrong side on here. So this one is 4 3/4. So this is 4 3/4 also by 3 1/2. And we're just going to attach that along the bottom. I suppose I could have used some dimensionals on this one too, but I just wanted those little penguins to be the star and to pop, the one thing to pop. And again, if you were using the one that I just made, you would have to sit and wait a little bit because it is very wet. I just stuck my finger in it because it's still wet. And I made this a little smaller than I normally would, this piece, because I wanted you to be able to see those cool little stripes. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. We forgot to do on the inside, we're going to stamp a few of those presents. So maybe we'll get a little fresh freesia present. Let me see if I got off all that color. And maybe a soft succulent present too. Cute, huh? I can see those presents might make a little appearance on some other cards because they're so adorable. Especially, you know, just like that where you don't have to fussy cut them. All right, so let's put our little penguins together. Now I found when you're talking about putting together things on any sort of glimmer paper, I like using glue. And you could also use like tear and tape, or if it's something small, a glue dot. But you're seeing right now why I like glue, because you can move it around a little bit before it's totally set. And you want just a minimal amount of black showing down at the bottom. And it's cute because you've got these scarves, you've also got little hats you can put on him. Or maybe they're hers, I don't know. What else you got little antlers. So you can really dress them up. So let's put some scarves. They're coming to life, are they not? They're so cute. Okay, if you guys know me at all, I'm not usually a cutesy person, but I don't know. I couldn't resist these guys. I just thought they were adorable. I don't know why their scarves are so huge. I guess they're blowing in the wind or something, but all right. And then I'm going to take a little mini dimensional, I think, on the back of each little foot. Let's not lose the feet too. So one little mini dimensional on each one. These little mini dimensionals definitely come in handy, and there's so many on here. I think it took me like 4 years to go through a whole package of them because I'm usually using the big ones. All right, time to give the penguin some feet. I got glue on my fingers, so it's making it harder to pull these off and get them off of me. cute. Cute little guys. Actually, now that I'm looking at their faces, I don't really mind that that's not the right nose. But don't tell them. Stampin' Up, you can use either nose. Because I may be using this nose forever unless I can find my other nose. Lost my nose. Alright, so now we got 3 little penguins. And I don't know if you've noticed this yet, but I cut these out. I also put some Winkostella on them, on my little presents, so that they could dry before I was doing this. So let's put some dimensionals on our penguins. And decide where we want to put them. Now, one thing I learned from last time, that this bump does not go well on the dimensional, so you want to put the dimensional up a little bit, so you're not getting it right on there. So last time I had a couple kind of together here. This time, I don't know, should I space them out a little more? 3 little penguins. Being their cute little selves. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Sandy. All right, and then I think you just need a couple presents glued down. And maybe 1 present on a dimensional, and then we're almost done. Whoops. And this one wants to stick to the front. See how bad that looks, because it did pull it off. I think we can be okay with that. Okay, and just one last thing, I want to put some more bling on these little scarves, because there is just not enough bling here. But this is a brand new Winkostella, so sometimes I've noticed that it likes to glob when I first do it, so I will make a little, see, glob thing right there, and then just take it from there and paint it on. And now I'm not squeezing it all with the one in my hand, because first of all, it is pretty wet. And you notice I waited till the very end to put Winkostella on my card, because it does take a little time to dry too. So you don't want to be touching it. We could put a little bit more around our little snow too, because it didn't seem like enough. So isn't that pretty? It's just so blingy, 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 blingy. And then that's the inside. So we can bring back the other one. And we got two little cards. What do you guys think? Does this make you just want to run out and buy these little penguins because they're so dang cute? So anyway, that was my first little play around with our new stuff from our new mini catalog / holiday catalog. As you can tell, I just kept cutting these little guys out, so I've got a few extra. And to keep them in a safe place, I just go like this. If I have a lot, I'll stick them in a little envelope or something. But when I just have a few, I'm going to be sticking them in here. And then the same thing with, like, remember I had stamped a whole bunch of the little feet, and now we got a safe place to keep them in. So hope you enjoyed that. Gonna put you back up so I can say goodbye, and I will see you next Monday at 1 o'clock. So thanks for watching, everybody, and if you need anything or if you need a new one of these mini catalogs, let me know. Take care. Bye.